Hello everyone, welcome to Cardano Catalyst TV. I'm Mi Jung and today we'll welcome again Mr. Ninh from Snap Brillier. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing amazing. Hi, Mi. Hi, everyone.
Thanks a lot for being here and please let everybody know your proposal that you submitted for Fund8 and why do you have this idea?
Awesome. So we have two proposals in Fund8, but today I'm going to talk about the open source quadratic voting and funding. You see, open source is a public good. It's something that anyone can use, anyone has access to. Unfortunately, it suffers from what many call the tragedy of commons. It's overused, overconsumed, underfunded. And because of that, a lot of open source developers, especially people who are senior, who've been there for a while, they're burning out. And sometimes they're even sabotaging their own projects. This all adds to this huge trend where 375 million people will quit between now and the next couple of years. Everyone's burning out. And they want to try something else and do something new. And that it adds to the fact that talent is quite universal, but opportunities are not. This proposal is focused on getting about 100 million funding to open source projects in the next couple of years. And I believe with the help of the Cardano community, with the help of our institutional partners and customers, we can get there very soon. All we need to do is build our platform, which focuses on funding the open source as a whole ecosystem, funding open source bounties, hackathons, workshops, where the people that have been contributing for a while are incentivized to contribute even more. And also not only the people that contribute, but you and me and everyone that's listening, right, is encouraged to give as much and as little as they can, because no matter what, even the smallest contribution matters. With the quadratic funding matching, your $1 or 1 ADA can be matched by the institutional and big donors to become 5 ADA or even 10 ADA for projects that you're really passionate about, that you really care about. And this is funding open source projects, right? Oftentimes in Cardano, we talked about Cardano itself is written, is open source, but we often talk about the lack of infrastructure to build DID and self-sovereign identity platforms and so many different things. So this is really funding towards that infrastructure, open infrastructure that will enable more technical solutions, that will enable people who might not necessarily be even developers, right? To be able to, as long as they have a good project that they're willing to open source, that they're willing to make a public good and funding, perhaps from Catalyst, right? Or perhaps get support from their friends and supporters to donate, and then we can match. And we've been extremely blessed to meet amazing people at IOG and across the Cardano community that are more than willing to partner with us and are really just like us working towards this solution. We're following closely in the footsteps of GitCoin, what GitCoin has done with their own quadratic funding to fund Ethereum ecosystem, open source ecosystem. Last year, GitCoin itself has raised almost $58 million towards open source projects with quadratic funding. And this is where big institutions, successful companies, IOG, DCF, Facebook, Google, and it's not just limited to Cardano. Any open source projects can be funded through this and partner with the community and the people to to drive more support and more funding, more resources towards projects that create the most public good and most impact.
Okay. This is really wonderful. Yes, thank you so much. And also, how can your team setting could make this proposal come true?
I've been extremely blessed, and I have 3 amazing co-founders. They're all technical. Frank, he built Eucratic DAO, and he's himself a researcher of Solidity, of Haskell, of Solana and Rust. But after researching all 3, we went 100% on Cardano because it's a blockchain of impact. Frank himself leads the AI and the Web3 team. We have 8 engineers on the Web3. We just hired Tazos Valtinos, who is a Plutus Pioneer Program graduate. And we have 2 engineers on the team, Yash and Sean, who have over 2 years of Haskell experience as well. And then we have others on his team and we're very confident we can execute on not just the Web3 side and needs of this project, but also on the Web2 side. I have Beatrice Talisma and James Willingham. Beatrice is alumni of Tech Futures Group Accelerator, and James, he built a startup and is alumni of TechStars. He built a peer-to-peer lending platform, so a bunch of experience in fintech. And they both are pushing extremely hard. Are about 30 of our engineers on the full stack team to drive towards our deadline and our goal, which is deployed and implemented platform by the end of this quarter. Granted, it is a mission to Mars, but we always aim high because it's a mission worthy of pursuing. And if we land on Moon, right, and eventually on Mars, that's also okay. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, a very solid team. So thanks a lot for your sharing. And also, how can the community track after that, after your proposal being implemented?
Yeah, we've actually partnered with some amazing people in the community, with Nori Nishigai and Dr. Kenrick Nelson. They both joined our impact and governance team to help us make sure they're extremely involved in the community. Nori is part of the Catalyst Circle admin, and Dr. Kenrick, he used to be Catalyst Circle V2. He's on the Radical Exchange. So, and I personally, my team, we host the after town hall breakout rooms week after week. And we originally planned to have the community join us on our Discord, where we would have monthly updates and demo days for the community. However, we found out that the community is quite busy naturally, right? Like you and I are also very busy, don't have time to keep track of different projects. So a very popular way for us to do this is to host these updates and demo days in breakout rooms after town halls. By the way, our projects are open source, so you can find them on GitHub. You can check our progress. You can always reach out to us. My whole team, Nori and Kenrick, they join our meetings every single week. We have meetings every single day, and we're very approachable. Busy, but very approachable. So please reach out to us. We want to hear from you.
Yes. So the town hall is a very good way to reach you, and it's also a very good way to report back to the community. Yes,
exactly.
That's a wonderful idea. So I think that we could apply this to most of the proposal that we are having.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much for the idea. Thank you. And also, do you have anything else to share with the voters and ask for their vote?
Absolutely. Please vote for us. We're asking for 112,000 for this proposal. Our delivery timeline is like I mentioned, at the end of this month, so end of June, 6:30. right? But beyond voting for us, please reach out. This is a huge mission to fund the open source ecosystem of Cardano. If you have an open source project, we'd love to get in touch with you. If you're an open source developer, we'd love to get in touch with you. We have, like I mentioned, we have 2 proposals. They go hand to hand. We want to incentivize people to have their projects open source and contribute to the whole ecosystem. And we can't do it alone. We not only need your vote, but we need your help. Please join us, join our breakout rooms, join on our Discord, check out our idea scale, reach out. Thank you.
Thank you a lot for your sharing. And this is a very wonderful and meaningful idea. And this is a huge project. So everybody, please vote for him and vote for the teams. And please go on IdeaScale or the voting app and search for open source quadratic voting funding. Thanks a lot for watching Cardano Catalyst TV. And I'm Mito.